So, right. First, I want to say this is not a very difficult or hard course. So you can do all the lessons and everything very smoothly. And I think most of you may know about these topics and application as well, right? So our first topic will be about the history of computers and then operating system. uh, After that, we will discuss about Office application, especially word processing application, spreadsheet, and presentation. And then internet, email, and web-based applications. However, at this time, I will start from the last part. That means internet, email, and web-based application. And later on, we can discuss the rest. And also, I would like to say I will not cover. I mean, I will not discuss each and every topic in the class, especially about the history. So I will provide the documents and the content for that part. I mean, history of computers. So you can go through those materials and you can learn about the history by yourself. But in the exam, okay, I'll explain the evaluation process too. Assessment, right? So in this course, you will get three take-home assignments, right? And there will be a final exam too. So final exam is a very light one. I mean the online one. So let's say probably it will be a kind of a MCQ one, right? And for this take-home assignment, so you will have to make a kind of a word processing application, I mean a Word document, and spreadsheet one, and the PowerPoint, right? And a PowerPoint. So yeah, so actually at this take-home assignment uh, will contribute 60% of your marks, I mean the total marks, and final exam will contribute or provide you 40% of marks, right? And okay, this is the results of last year students, right? So here we have 31 A's, right? Especially in A pluses, A minus, and 18 B's and 15 C's, right? So keep it in mind. So even this course is very easy one, right? But you have to submit and you have to pay your attention about the assignments, because some of the students, I mean the most of the students in the previous class did not submit their assignment on time. So probably it will probably goes to the these C passes and everything, right? So please pay attention on that. And there was, there were 6 repeat students and 27 absence. That means in this time, there will be another 27 for the classes and the exam, right? Mostly. So anyway, so if we get all together these, I mean, if we look at this graph, so you can see 1/3 of your student has, I mean, had A passes. So that means you can easily score in this course, right? And course structure. So all the materials, video lectures and everything will be provided through the LMS, and mostly you will get an assignment for every week. For this week, uh, you will not have assignment, but surely in the next week, you have to submit a not assignment, your first assignment for the course, right? So the deadline is very, very important. I will set all the deadline for assignments on every Saturday at 11 p.m. So I mean, it will help you to upload or submit your assignment on time. And don't ask me about, I mean, the time extensions, right? So I will not provide, I mean, I will not extend the time for the deadlines, and also don't email me your assignment. I already have set up a kind of filters, right? Email filters. If you are sending this kind of assignment, so it will automatically delete it. So don't think about that. I mean, think to send me emails. I mean, email me kind of assignments and things that you have to do in the home, right? And for some lessons, I will provide video tutorials, so you can watch those videos, and you can refer those documents at the, I mean, later. So you don't need to check all the things. I mean, see all the things in the class, right? So you can do that later. So this is the course structure, and if you have any question regarding this one, I mean assignments or anything else, so you can ask. If not, you can move to our first lesson. Right. Do you have any question regarding these ones? I mean assignments or something, lessons, topics, or anything else. So you can ask. Sorry, I forgot to start the recording. Anyway, so I will start recording when I start the lesson, right? So don't you have any questions? No, good. Then let's move to our lesson.
Asked Gadondi, you know. Asked Gadondi.
So I'll start the from this lesson. So internet, email, and web-based application. So I think you all know, most of you may know about these topics. I mean the major things in uh, available in the this lesson, right? So the first, so there's a question: what is internet, right? Right, you can yeah. So you can read this one, and actually, internet is a kind of a global network that people allow. I mean, to communicate in between them and share their information very easily. And to if you want to access those data, I mean those a bunch of data, so you can I mean you need to kind of a device, build a kind of a device, and as well as a kind of an interface to access those data. And so as of 2023, the internet usage has reached over 60% all over the world, right? So that means more than, I mean, majority of people have access to internet, right? And so, uh, and also if you are thinking of anything about, I mean, any topics or anything about, so you can just type it in the web browser, and probably you may see a website for that one. So that means that people can access uh, more information and knowledge very easily through the internet. So internet is a kind of a tool so that we can share information very easily, right? So so then so we should know about how to access the internet uh, from our devices, through our devices. For that, we need a kind of application called web browsers, right? So I think most of you have mobile phones these days, and laptops, tablets, and many sophisticated devices. So each and every device comes with this application, right? Simply a kind of a browser, right? So web browser is a software application that allows you to access and view website. Mainly the function of the web browser is it converts online content, a kind of another language, into a graphical interface, I mean graphical way, right? So you can see the information, pictures, videos, and everything through this application. But those data in the back side and back end, it has like most like a kind of a binary data, right? So it converts most of the data into a user friendly manner. And nowadays there are many popular web browsers. For instance, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, uh, Microsoft Edge, and Apple Safari, so on, right? So I think now majority of people are using Google Chrome. So I saw a kind of a document. It says more than 50% of users are using Google Chrome these days. Anyway, a few years back, Firefox was the one of the major one. I mean, the popular one, and also Windows Explorer 2, right? So anyway, so you can interact with the web pages or the content of the website through these applications. And for that, and so you have to up to date your browser to I mean, to see the content, most and the latest content, which comes with different rendering methods, and I mean, with the new features, right? If you need to access those kind of data, so you have to up-to-date and update your browser. So those features are also available in these web browsers. Uh, so here you can see some interfaces, UI, user interfaces of several browsers. So we have included several ones. First one is Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Opera, Internet Explorer, so and Microsoft Edge. So I think you all have experience with these applications. So anyway, I talk all the things by assuming you don't know anything about this one, right? Okay, but if you want to, and if you feel if it is good to, if you don't need to ask or listen to these things, so you can ask me to skip some of the content, right? So it is okay. So and web browser. So yeah. So according to the stat counter, so it's a company who did these kind of analytics. So according to their study, so Google Chrome, uh, the 63% of users are using Google Chrome these days, and Microsoft Edge is a popular web browser too, but it is the default web browser comes with the Windows operating system. So the Windows the Windows operating system is the largest portion. The community use in the around the world as an operating system. So because of that, so most of the people still using Microsoft Edge, but not the majority. But now I think. Yeah, so Microsoft Edge now using Chromium engine, right? That means that nowadays most of the Google Chrome and Firefox, uh, Microsoft Edge, Safari, and all these browsers have same interface and working same features. So almost have same features. So that means most of the browsers are using this architecture and these engines. It calls Chromium, right? So developed by Google, right? So the Google Chromium. So they are using that base to develop their browsers with having fast access and everything. So and also the default web browser that comes with the Ubuntu is Mozilla Firefox, right? So they are using Mozilla. It's a kind of a free and open source one up to some level. So anyhow, they use Mozilla Firefox as their default browser. So how many people are using Ubuntu and Apple? I mean, in the class. So are you using Ubuntu user or Apple user? So I think most of the students are familiar. I mean, using Windows. I don't know exactly the numbers. So anyway, I assume that you are using Windows, uh, Ubuntu user or Apple user. So Ubuntu with Windows, well, Prashant. Good. Okay. So in this class, we will discuss about the Windows operating system and their application in the next weeks. But I'll try to explain some of the features available in the Ubuntu and free and open source software too. But we'll see if we have a time. We, yeah, we will see more insight about the Ubuntu and open source software. Anyway, so now we will discuss about what's available in a browser. So normally in a browser, we can see almost same features these days. Uh, almost all the browsers comes with this tab interfaces. I mean the tab format. It's very popular ones. That means you can open and you can work with a different website, and you can keep them. I mean, keep those content in a tab mode. I mean, as a tab. right? So you can simply access, I mean, you can go through, move within these tabs very easily. So the first image shows the interface of the Chrome browser, and the second one shows the interface of Microsoft Edge. So both have this tab option, right? So, and after that, you can see these navigation buttons, forward, backward, and refresh button. And then we have an address bar. Right? So both are very similar to each other, right? And after that, we can see some of the functions, specific features, or some kind of functions, plugins, or special things after that, right? So, and these days, most of the browsers supporting support to user accounts. That means you can keep your settings, password, browser history, and everything in your account, and you can simply you can easily sync those details in between different devices, right? So we have that kind of features. And after that, you can see a bookmark bar, right? So simply you can save a website, or you can keep store website or any content in your bookmark menu. So then you can see they are general or default search engine page, right? Google Chrome support for Google search engine, and Windows or Edge support for their search engine called Bing, right? So this is the basic interface, or basic shape of a browser. And so we will look into more, I mean, look deep about this one. And things available in a browser, mainly address bar, navigation button, tabs, bookmarks, history, settings, extensions. So extensions are kind of another service. So you can simply add different application which runs on top of the browser. So that means the browser supports as a kind of base. It's simply like our operating system, right? So that's why I already told you. So most of the browsers comes with Chromium platform, right? So the Chromium platform, they have developed a kind of layer which runs backend and the lower level of the browser, and on top of that layer, so you can run different applications, right? So the extensions are kind of a sub application that you can use on top of the browser. And then we have download manager, so, and search bar, and so on. So these are very common things available, yeah, and comes with the any kind of browser. And then so we should know about surfing internet, I mean the browsing content, so finding information through a browser. So for that, URL is very important one. URL means uniform resource locator. That means let's say we know every one of us I mean have a kind of identifier, I mean a name or ID number. Likewise, so each and every web page or web content has its own identifier. So we call it as a URL. So mainly URL has a kind of different things, right? So inside those, I mean, among those things, so the identifier is also there, right? So so here you can see I mean, example for URL, right? So in a URL, we can identify four things, mainly four things. First one is protocol identifier. So mostly you may know about this one, HTTP, HTTPS, or any other thing. So there are several things. There are several examples, right? If you want, you can use FTP, File Transfer Protocol, uh, uh, and SSH, or like that, right? So this is a protocol identifier. So you will learn about these things more deeply in the web application development or something like that. I mean, I don't know, I don't remember exact course code or name. Anyway, so you will learn these things very deeply in that course. And the secondly, we have www. We call it as a World Wide Web, and this is the subdomain of the kind of a URL, right? This we can call it as a subdomain. Then we have a website name. So this is the identifier. So here I have given it as a ABCDEFGH and so on, right? So we call this at this part as a domain name, right? Main name or domain name. So after that, we have extension. So like our file systems, I mean, when we save a kind of a Word document, we have a extension like docx or doc, right? Docs for for a PDF file. So we have .pdf, just like in IP address or URL. So we have a kind of extension part. So we can see it as a .com, .lk, .uk, or any other. It comes with a different wordings. Anyway, so this is a top level domain, right? So normally it's available for some regions. I mean, so we can have a .lk from University of Moratuwa. Previously, it's owned by there. I don't know, owned by them. Nowadays, I don't know exactly about that one. However, so you can buy if you want that top level domain from some kind of service provider. So for if you want to launch your website with the .lk domain, I mean the top level domain, so you can buy it from any I don't know from the provider. But commonly .com and .org refers organizations, right? And edu refers I mean mostly comes with the educational purpose, right? And .net zone. So we can see a lot of top level domains in the web addresses or URLs. So if you want to access some data or information available in the internet, so we should know about the proper URL or the identifier or the locator of that of those data, right? So this is very important. The second one, so how we can surf or how we can find those data, I mean access those data. If I know the URL, first of all you have to open your browser, right? Then you have to type your URL in the address bar, right? So I'll open let's check. So this is my browser. So I'm currently using Chrome, and here we have address bar. So if I want to find anything or any detail, and if I know the exact location or the URL, so I can type that URL here. So you don't need to provide the first part, I mean protocol identifier. It will automatically identify by the browser because most of the time that protocol identifier will provide by the service, I mean by the host side. So you don't worry about that one. That means you can type HTTP or HTTPS. So it will automatically correct by the browser and the client side, right? So let's say I want to access Wikipedia, right? I can type Wikipedia here, wikipedia.com. Right? So when I type that one, so I can access the content available in the Wikipedia site, right? So likewise, you can access anything. So for that, you have to paste the, or you have to type the correct URL in the address bar. So right. Uh, right. So after that, you can, yeah, once you open a website, so you can activate, so you will get the access for the navigation buttons. That means this one. So these ones. So these buttons. So now so I'll show you another tab, right? So I opened a brand, brand new tab, right? Now my back tab and back navigation button and the forward button uh, is not working. I mean, it's in a disable mode, right? So once you reach to a site, it will automatically enable. That means you can go back by clicking this one, and also you can refresh this page. That means once you click on this button, it will request all the data from this the service provider, I mean this server, and you can see the refreshed data, right? So this button, so you will have the access for this button once you reach to a web page. Right. So yeah, this is very important that because surfing internet is always a kind of so you think about the safety, because safety and security, because if you reach to a kind of unfamiliar website or unsafe site, so it will cause to leak your information, like such as your personal information, uh, some kind of financial, I mean, bank information, a credit card or something like that, and passwords you have saved in your browser, history and everything might leak for their site. So there are several, I mean, thousands of phishing and those kind of harmful sites. So be careful that one. So and don't click on each and every places, I mean, the buttons available on a site, because if you don't want to get anything, or if you don't want to see anything else, so please don't click on those things. So there are many, I mean, thousands of kind of advertisement, and through those advertisement you will get infected. I mean, your device will, may infect. So be careful that one, right? About the safety. So the next one is the navigation, the kind of a link. So so we can see a link through the web pages. So once you have a once you get information or web page, so there may be a thousand I mean many links on that web page. That means it will direct you to another page or another source of information, right? So link is called, so normally we call that part as a hyperlink, right? So it's a clickable button or a word or something like that, but you can access any other information, more information, through that hyperlink, right? Through that kind of a door, right? So for example, I have used a kind of hyperlink here. So mm, you can click this one, right? So after you click this one, So you will see it will automatically direct you to a kind of a web page, right? So I will so I have this one to yeah. So I have added a Google URL to this one. So you can simply click on this one and you can access the Google's web page. I mean server page, right? So simply the default web page comes with the Chrome browser. So then link is a kind of a so then search engine are also very important one to find out the information which are available in the internet, right? So the service, I mean the search engines provide a service. So they have developed their engines, so their search engines with a very complex algorithm to find out the information that you are seeking. I mean that if you want to find out the temperature of I mean some Mars or something like that, so, right? You can simply type those your requirement or your query on their search option, and they will find the information available in their servers related to your query, right? Simply they have developed a very complex algorithm to find out most of the information very quickly. So the most popular engines are Google, Bing, Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo. So I think most of the Ubuntu users are familiar with the DuckDuckGo because Firefox comes with this one, and Bing is developed by actually it's maintained by the Microsoft, right? And the Google, we all know about the Google, so it's the widely used one, and Yahoo is also a kind of a search engine. It was very popular few years back, right? Now I think most of the users using Google and Bing, right? Anyway. Then yeah, so then we will see how to use search engine effectively and efficiently. So for that you can use several key points. I mean several here you can see some tips, right? So if you want to search a kind of information, try to use specific keywords, right? So let's say you want to find about some animal or some creature, so you can use specific a keyword for that instead of using a common word, right? So but if you use a kind of specific keyword, so you will get mostly the correct data and very fast, right? So yeah, so in this so the second one is use codes, right? So if you are using a specific code means a phrase or a wording someone has already said. So you can use codes. Uh, if you want to search that kind of a thing, that kind of a part or a phrase, so you can simply use these symbols, right? Right. So you can use these double quotation marks, and within those quotation marks, so you can type whatever you want. I mean that whatever you want to find. So you can simply do that. So the search engine will do the job. So I mean it will show you all the possibilities and all the data available in its server, right? Very quickly. And also you can use minus sign. So if you want to exclude information, let's say you want to find out about I will find about a cake, right? So you can easily type in the Google search engine. So you can just type cake, but you don't want to get a cupcake or something like that. So then you can type cake minus cupcake. So after that, you will get data about information about cakes without information of cupcakes, right? So it will, I mean, the search engine will exclude the information which comes with the minus sign, right? So simply you can do that. And yeah, here you have a kind of example. So you have, according to this example, you want to find out something like sharks, right? But you don't want to this jobs. So you can simply use minus sign uh, before that word. So then another one is use the site or operator, right? Yeah, this is a very common, I mean, very useful example. So let's say you want to find out, find a kind of a cloth or a kind of a gadget, right? In the Amazon website. So you can simply type, so let's say you want to find a watch. So I can type it as a watch colon amazon.com. So after that, it will show you all the possibilities, all the available watches that you can buy from their site, right? So simply you can use the operator with the colon sign. It will give you all the information which are available only in the Amazon site, right? So the second, the next one is you can use the advanced search option, right? So most of these search engines have this kind of options. So Google have, I mean, has their advanced search option another page. I mean, you can simply access it through the google.com/advanced underscore search, right? After you get into this page, so you can see a lot of filters there. Okay. So you can see a lot of filters there. So I'll show you the Google's advanced search page. So you can simply go to the google.com/advanced search. Advanced search. Right? So this is the advanced search option. So here you have a lot of parameters that you can set to find out the information, and it will use to the servers to find out the correct information. So you can use a word or extract a word or phrase, or if you want to find out a kind of a number or kind of unit, so you can simply do that in the correct. So you have to do insert the correct thing in the correct box, right? And also, if you want to search about another thing, I mean, if you want to sort things with the language, region, with the last update, any other arrangement, so you can take those things. So this is the advanced search option. So if you want to find more details about something else, I mean, for something, for some information, so you can use advanced search if you want, right? So this is And the last one is check the credibility of the sources. So all the information available in the internet or given by the search engines are not correct. So you have to care about, I mean, you have to think about that, because before copying or before uh, get those information, you have to read and you have to fact check, or you have to proofread and do the everything, because so most of the data is not I mean correct in the available in the internet. So you have to do that one. So check the credibility of the sources. If we let's say you are reading a kind of news, so we can think so we can see the publisher or the presenter or the source, right? So simply, so let's say most of the gossip sites available in these days in our country and in other countries, so they don't provide the exact details, and they don't provide the true data, right, most of the times. So you have to care about that one, right? So the credibility, I mean, checking the credibility is a you have to do that one. I mean, you have to pay attention about that. So so by using these simple tips, I mean, you can access, or you can get the data information very fast, and you will learn how to avoid the unwanted things from the search engines and offering by the search engines. Right. So those are the things that I wanted to discuss with you. Those are very, very simple one. Right. So I will talk with you, I mean, more about the browsers and some features available and comes with the browsers from this point onwards, right? So we talked about these interfaces and these facilities, web addresses and these things, but we didn't talk about these settings and everything. So I'll quickly go through the things that available in the Chrome web browser and Chrome web browser. So here we have address bar. At the end of the address bar, we can see kind of a share button, right? So simply you can share this web page or this content available in this web page to another device or another person, right? So through this button, so the Chrome comes with that feature, right? So you can simply share these details, or let's say, okay, I'll go to this page. This is about Lionel Messi, right? So let's say, okay, FC Barcelona. So I'll go to this one. So this is the official website of their, I mean, their football club, right? So anyway, so I can share this one with, you can share the link if you want. So you can simply copy the link, or so you can create a QR code for this specific web page. Or if you want to cast this, cast means you can send this data into another device. Simply, let's say if you have a kind of smart TV, so you can share these data with that TV. Especially TV comes with Chromecast or something like that, right? So anyway, so you can do that, and you have a so you can save this page, right, if you want. So these facilities are available under this share button. And next we have bookmark icon. So if you want to keep this page or this information inside your bookmarks, So you can simply click on this. So once you click on this one, bookmark icon, so it will ask, you can give a name for this one, this web page especially. So, if you don't want to save this as official website of FC Barcelona, so you can simply give it a name, right? So if you want, you can say this football team or something like that, any name as you preferred, right? And then you can select the folder. So these browsers comes with this feature too, right? So you can arrange, you can save your data, you can save your web pages, and after that you can arrange those things in a uh, to easily access, right? So I can so let's say I want to save this or bookmark this web page uh, with this name, right? FC Barcelona, and I want to save this page in a bookmark bar, or I have another option, other bookmarks, or choose another folder. That means you can create a folder if you want, right? And after that you can save, or you can keep this data or this bookmark inside that folder, right? Okay, I'll leave this one, bookmark bar, and after that I can click on this done button. So once I click on this one, so it will automatically save in the bookmarks bar. And I have another features here, another option, some more option. So once you click on this one, so it will pop up another window. So here you can see the name of the your bookmark, and complete URL of the bookmark. So you can see that one here, and then uh, so now I have two folders, bookmark bar and other bookmarks. If you want to create a new folder, so you can simply click on this one. So let's say I want to create a new folder under this one, the bookmark bar. So for that you need to uh, click bookmark bar and then click on the new folder, right? So that I made a new folder here, right? And then you can save your web page inside the new folder. So, new folder that you just created inside the bookmark bar. So now, so I will show you what happens when we save that one, right? So you can go to this one again, and here you can see now there's another option called a new folder, right? And if you don't want to save this one, so you can remove this one from this point. So I'll remove this one again, and yeah. So we have this option. So let's say you want to delete this folder that you created previously. So you can do that. Right click on this folder, and it will show you three options. One is edit, second one is delete, and third one is new folder. So you can create another subfolder inside this one using selecting this option. And if you want to delete this one, so you can pick that option. So it will ask a message, are you sure you want to delete this one? Yeah, right. So likewise you can arrange the folders and everything inside the bookmark bar, right? So so after that, after this part, the address bar. So we here we have a kind of show side panel button. So that means once you click on that, so you will appear another area which pops with the different settings, right? So if you don't want to open up that one, so you can disable that side panel, right? So in the side panel, you have a kind of this is a kind of a bookmark one, but bookmark area, but simply you can arrange or you can keep the information without saving inside the bookmark. But if you let's say you want to read some information later, so you can keep those things inside this one: reading list, bookmarks, journey, and google.com, and so on. So there are several options under this one, so you can create tabs as well. So that means the chromes comes, and nowadays these days chromes have their features, so you can group in tabs. So let's say we have two, so now we have two tabs. If you want, you can group these two. So simply you for that you need to go to one tab and right click on that tab, and here we have option called add tab to new group. So after create that one, it will ask a name for a group. So let's say this is my study ones, and you can give a color for that one. So I'll pick this color, right? And then you can add a new tab for this group, or if you want, you can ungroup this one or close group. So there are several options. So let's say I want to add this page into my group. So I can simply drag and drop into this area, right? A little bit left side. So it will automatically put it into the same group. So after that, I click on this group icon. So it will automatically hide inside this group button, right? So you can simply arrange your browser, I mean the tabs, according to the your preference. I mean, so you can make groups very easily, and you can access those data, these web pages very easily. So this feature is now available with the this Chrome browser. So I think similar features comes with the Firefox too, but this is a really nice one, right? So yeah, so I very like to use this one. So this is a nice feature. So anyhow, anyway, now we have next we have our account. So we can simply link our web pages and everything with this account. Right? I mean all the data. So simply browser data and account data. So everything you can keep inside this account. So you can simply use a Google account for this one, or any other account. Normally Chrome comes supporting with the Google account. So if you have a Google account, you can use that one. So after you log into your account through the Chrome, so it will save all the browser history, passwords, and bookmarks and everything inside the your Google account, and you can easily share those data with another device by using your account and sync option, right? So here in my web page, I'm currently using a guest page. I mean, I don't I haven't logged into my account. So if you want, you can do that. For that, you need to turn on and sync option, right? Once you click on that, it will ask you, right, your email address and then your password, right? So normally if we normally it comes in a single language, because we are currently using our browsers in the Sri Lanka. So it will automatically detect our location, so through the IP addresses, so it will automatically show our language. If you want, you can change this into English. This is another option comes with the Chrome browser. It comes with the Google Translate option. So simply you can translate this one. But if you want to change the language, so you have to change the language from here. So here we have the language options, right? So I'll pick the English, pick English one, United States. Right? So after that, you can see uh, the common or English page for the signing option. Right. So, and also there is a nice feature, another feature. So you can add a few accounts to one single Chrome browser. That means you can switch or you can transfer very easily. You can switch between these accounts very easily, and you can manage the content, search content and everything activities within different accounts, right? So you can do that. So this is all that feature is also available in the Chrome browser. I think this one comes with the Firefox and Microsoft Edge 2, right? Anyway, it is also a nice feature. So then we have these 3 dots. So most of the times browsers comes with these 3 dots. So it say that if you want to access more features, or if you want to go to the settings and those kind of stuff, so you have to go to these 3 dots. I mean, you have to click on this, right? So after that, you can see another a few more options, right? Right. So in my case, it shows a new extension added, Adobe Acrobat, PDF, Converter, like that, right? So anyway, so these are some kind of third-party add-ons, right? Not third-party. These are Chrome extensions. So, but if you want, you can use a third-party application too, right? So here you can see a new tab, new window. So the previous version of these browsers comes with a kind of a menu bar. So in the menu bar, you can see a file menu, edit, those kind of steps, right? But this interface, this Chromium interface, you can't see those menu bars. Instead of that, you can see this one, these 3 dots and these features. So if you want to make a new tab or new window or a new incognito one, so you can access those things through these points. So I will little bit talk about this one, incognito one. So normally once you browse, normally we browse data through a normal browser, but when you do that, so records, the search engines and everything keep the records of you and the path you have access to take those data. So the servers and the search engines do that. You don't know about that one, but they do, right? So if you want to hide some footprint, so we call those data as footprint, right? If you want to hide your footprint, so you can use incognito mode. So it is not a fully safe method, because up to some point, right, you can hide your data, right? You can, if you don't want to show your footprint, so you can use that one. And another thing is, so once you're using this one, incognito or private browsing in a browser, so it will not keep your passwords and about browser history and everything. So you can simply use it as its meaning. The private browsing, right? So so you can do that. So let's say if you are accessing your Google account, email account, bank account, and everything in the university, so you can use this one instead of using a normal browser, right? So I'll show you the look of, I mean, the interface of the incognito one. So incognito means safe browsing interface of this Chrome. I think Firefox comes with private browsing or something like that, right? Right. So it has a kind of a dark mode, but so you can do whatever you want on this one, but it will not keep your data. Not the all the data, but some of the data it will not keep, and it will not remember your paths, right? So this is a kind of a safe area if you want to, I mean, if you concerned about the privacy and everything. So then we have a history, right? So you can access your history, browsing history through this point. And then we have downloads. Once you download something through the web browser, so you can see those things through this link, this place, right? Currently, I don't have anything on the download folder. That's if I have anything, so I mean, if I download anything, so you can see those things through this. Then bookmarks, right? So this is our I mean, we already did this one. We already created this one for football page, right? So now you can see that one through here. And there is a nice feature here. So if you want to show those bookmarks under, I mean, the in the this UI, so you can simply click on this one, show bookmark bar. After that, you can see. So here you have access to those bookmarks. Save one. Save. Simply you can go to the web pages that you have saved in the bookmarks through this. I mean the bookmark bar. So right. For that you have to go to bookmark and show bookmark bar. If you don't want to show this one, so you can remove or you can untick that option. Right? Then we have zoom option. So if you're experiencing difficulty to read these characters or the word, so you can you can simply use this option. So this has a magnifying option. So simply you can zoom in and zoom out. Right? So after you changing the magnifying ratio, so you can change. Sorry. So here we have another option, a full screen mode, right? So after you changing that one, so it will keep displaying the words and everything with that magnifying level, right? So once you change this one, you can see the whether the site is showing in with the magnifying effect. So through this address bar. So in here you can see a kind of a magnifying glass. That means the site is in magnifying mode, right? And once you browse, I mean, you move your cursor on top of this icon, it will show the magnifying level too, right? So after you want, if you want to get this one to default one, so you can simply click on this and then freeze it. Right. So then we have print option, cast, find, more, and so on, right? So you can just check these things. So I'll little bit I will discuss about the settings. So here we have different settings related to the web browser, right? So first we have your Google account and the things, and also we have autofill option. So under this autofill option, we can see our password manager, payment method, addresses, and those kind of details, right? So this is very important one, password manager. So that means you can save your password. You don't want to keep every I think everything. I mean the passwords and everything in your memory. So you can do it using using this browser. So browser will keep those data for you. So simply you can save your passwords and usernames and everything inside the browser, right? So those data will come into this page, right? So you can access those data later through this page. So this shows a this is the password manager page, so you can simply access those data. So let's say so now I don't have any password saved in my browser, but if you want, but in your case, I don't know about your one, but if you have already saved some password inside your browser, so you can access their, or you can see those password and usernames from this page, right? And if you want to remove some password, I mean those data, so you can do that from this page too, right? Here we have a search option and yeah, auto sign in option, check password. This check password option is a very nice one because it will check our password, the strength of our password, and if it seems a little weak or something like that, so this will want us to change our password. And let's say we have used a common password for our account, so this will tell us please change this one because this is a very easy to breach or something like that, right? So then we have privacy and security, right? So through this setting, you can clear your browser history, right? And with the browser history, you can clear cookies and cache memories and all, yeah, those kind of stuff, right? So yeah, and also here we have a third-party cookie manager. So if you want to remove those cookies and those kind of things, you can do that through this. It's available in the privacy and security. So in addition to that, you can change the security level of your account and this Chrome browser, right? So see, here we have already activated this feature. So warn you if password are exposed in a data breach. So that means this will automatically tell us if we went through a kind of data breach site or that kind of web page. So it will automatically warn us to so you are in a risk zone and your password might be breached or something like that, right? So it's a nice one. And if you don't want to any protection, you can select this one too. So I have currently I have used a standard protection, but if you want, you can pick this one, enhanced one, right? So under that you can see what comes with that feature, right? Predict and warn you about the dangerous event before they happen. So yeah, there are several things you can do, right? So then we have appearance. So appearance is also a kind of a nice feature comes with this browser. So simply you can change themes, right? Right, so you can pick a nice, very colorful or nice theme for your browser, right? So I'll pick this one, and then you can add this into your Chrome, right? So I'll add this one, telepathy one, right? So if you don't want this one, you can undo that process, I mean that action on this button by clicking on this button. So anyway, I'll keep this one and yeah. So here we have the activate and deactivate option for side panel, and font size, customize fonts, and page zoom and so on, right? So if you don't want to show home button and bookmark bars, so you can deactivate or activate those stuff from here, right? So I can activate the home button. Or yeah. Then search engine. So normally Chrome browser comes with the Google search engine, but if you want to change that into another one, so you can do it from here. And then default browser. So default browser means if you have more than one browser, web browser application. So normally we can set whatever I want as a default browser. That means once I click on a link or a kind of a web page or web portal, so it will automatically, the OS will automatically open up that browser default one, right? So you can do that. And then startup means what should I need to I mean see when I click on the Chrome icon, right? So if you want to see a new page, so you can pick that one, continue where you left off. So there are three options, so you can go through those one. So then we have language, right? So default Chrome comes with the English United States, right? But if you want to work with the Sinhala, so you can simply add that language too, because Chrome is support with the I think many languages, and Sinhala is already available in that list, right? So and you can use this spell check and spell check for different languages. It's also available, right? So you can change these things. Then download. So simply through the downloads, you can change the download folder. So that means the location where you want to save your files when you click the download button, right? So and if you want to ask each and every time when you click the or when you try to download something, so you can enable this option too, right? So then accessibility, right? So yeah, so there are a few more things, and here we have extensions. I already discussed, or I already explained about this one. So extension means you can install a third party or a kind of a separate application on top of the browser, right? So here I have installed two things. One is Adobe Reader for Adobe Acrobat for a PDF reader, right? As a PDF reader, and then second one is Google Docs, right? Anyway. So those are the things that we can use or available in the browser, right? Then right. Then we will move into the next part, basics of email. So this is very important, and I think you all have a email account, right? So nowadays, people, I mean, don't want. It's not want, but more people are moving towards digital space. That means many people much like to use digital devices to see their or share their letters and information. So the emails is that kind of service. So it's a kind of electronic mail which that we can share some information, written information, and also we can attach some files, images, videos, whatever you want with that mail, right? So yeah, so it contain text, images, attachment, multiple, and also we can send one single mail to several recipients. So that means it's a kind of advantage because if we, uh, I mean, a decade two back, so we don't have these kind of features. So we have to write a letter and then we have to put it in an envelope and stamp and everything, and then we have to post it. But now we can do it in a couple of seconds. I mean, you can write whatever you want in the text area, and you can attach photos, videos, and everything. And then after that, you can add several recipients to the your recipient list, and then you can send those things in a second, right? So it's a kind of advantage. So anyway, in this class, we'll more discuss about Google Gmail option. I mean Gmail service. But I think almost all the services are same. Sometimes some features may different, but basic when it's come to the basic elements, I mean basic features, most of the services have same features. Anyway, so these are the pros and cons of it. I mean the emails, right? So speed is the main thing, main advantage of email, and convenience. So nowadays people are in a digital era. I mean, so all I think all uh, everyone have a kind of a mobile phone and a smartphone and everything. So it's very convenient. And third one in cost. So costly, very effective because we don't want to buy papers and we don't want to buy stamps and everything, right? And and record keeping. This is very nice feature because once we send a message, so we have its record, right? So we can go back in time and then we can see the messages, the conversation and everything, right? So we have that kind of features. And finally, it definitely increase the productivity too. And these are the cons. First one is spam. So that means even I mean we can send anything we want. So spam can, I mean we can get a spam through the attachment or any other comes with the email, right? So it's a kind of a risk, right? Then viruses and malware, all right? And yeah, misinterpretation is a kind of emotional thing. I mean, so most of the messages, we can't. Let's say we send an email to our friend, and if we spell something, I mean, kind of misinterpretation one. So I mean, so we can't send our emotions and the those kind of things through a mail. So when we write a mail or when we send an email, so we should think about that one. Sometimes that person can read it or can take it as a another meaning or another feeling, right? So it's very important one. So we have to think about that one when we share or when we deal with the emails. Then yeah, so the other one is over-reliance and the privacy concerns. So these are the cons, right? So you can, I think you know about those things. So next, Gmail basics. Uh, so these are the I mean features that we can have or that comes with the Google. So user-friendly interface. So actually Google email interface, Gmail interface is very user friendly. Few years back, I had a kind of Yahoo Mail, but it's very difficult to access and very difficult to create a new email and make filters. Those kind of stuff very difficult. I mean, doing those kind of things are very difficult. So, but when it comes to Gmail, Gmail is very user-friendly interface. They have very user-friendly interface and storage. They provide 15 GB storage for free account, right? For a free account, you will get 15 GB. So it's a kind of a huge amount of space for emails, especially for emails, right? And then search option, so they have already embedded their Google search engine option into a Gmail account, so you can simply search not only all the Google search engine options, I mean the some of the features, so you can search whatever you want I mean inside the email lists. I mean if you want to find some information or some email message that came a few months back, so you can just search and find it. So those kind of things. And also I think now they have a feature called suggestions, right? So it's automatically done by, I mean, they are developing a kind of a machine learning part inside the Google Gmail application, right? So they will, so through that service, so it will provide us the things that I wanted to write in the email when I type the first word, right? So those kind of stuff are available, comes with this service. Then labels, so you can arrange everything in a proper way. I mean, you can put your emails into some kind of folders or some label under some labels, and then filters. So I have already used this one. So filters. So I already told you about the assignments, right? Those who have sent me an assignment through the emails, I already have set a filter with that one. If it comes with the assignment, it will automatically delete, right? So then spam protector. So protection, that means you can set a kind of a trigger level for scams. I mean, once you get a kind of a spam email, so you can train that model. I mean, as I said, they have implemented kind of a machine learning and a kind of a model inside the Google application. So, I mean, Gmail application. So you can train that model into, I mean, by stating this is a kind of a spam. After that, it will take and it will learn to avoid that kind of spam messages. Then integration and mobile access. So those are very nice features that comes with the Gmail app, right? So now we will see how to open a Gmail application. So if you don't have an account, so you can create one through the image shown in the right side, and the left side image shows the sign in window, sign in interface, right? So to sign in, you have to give your email address here. And if you don't have an account, so you can give a name, first name, last name, and then it will automatically create your username. If not, you can give a name for this one, right? And sometimes you will not get the name what you want, because most of the time, I mean, there are hundred of thousands of email accounts in the Google account servers. So probably your desired email address or email username and it's already available through that list, right? So through the list, so you might not get the thing that you exactly want, but sometimes you can get it with some additional prefix or uh, something like that, right? It's something like that. So anyway, then you can give your password and confirm password. So you have to type your password 2 times, right? And then you can go to the next page. So in the next page, it will ask you about your age, simply your birthday, and few more things about your bank, credit card, and something like that. But if you don't want to give those kind of stuff, I mean, especially for your credit card details and everything, so you can skip those things. But you have to give your birthday, because according to the US privacy policies, so you have to give your birthday, and they will allow you to create an account if you in, I mean, more than age 14 or something like that, right? So anyway, so mm, yeah, so I'll go show you. I'll go to the Gmail account, right? So you can simply type Gmail in this address bar, or else you can type gmail.com. So once you click type gmail.com, so it will direct you to this page. So this is their first page, or the first banner that comes with the this Gmail application, right? So here we have several options for work, sign in, and create an account. So if you already have Google Gmail account, so you can click sign in. If not, you can create an account, right? Right. Okay, I'll give a name. I'll create one. See, so I gave the name as my username as a Samir Vidal, right? It's my name, right? That username is taken. Try another. So they will propose you a kind of username, Viraj Samira 2, Viraj Samira, something like that, right? So if you okay with this, any suggestion, so you can pick that one, or you can try another one. So I'll go with this one, Viraj Samira number 2, right? I'll give a password. Oh, see, so I type just a simple one, right? It says you pass, you choose as, please choose a strong password, right? Right. Then it will ask your mobile number, right? It's optional one. So if you don't want to say your mobile number to Google service, so you can skip it. Simply you can skip that one, and you have to give your birthday. Okay, I'll do this one. Yeah, and then gender, right? Then you have to read the terms and conditions. So you have to accept these terms. So you have to agree this one, right? Just read about what they are saying. So is about sharing your information and combining data, your controllers, blah blah blah. Right? Just read. And anyway, I'll show you how to create that one. Oh, now we are in the Gmail account, right? Right. So this is the first appearance when you log into the your Gmail account, right? So it will automatically redirect you to the inbox, right? And currently I don't have much emails, but they have sent me a kind of greeting email, right? Google community, yes, saying hi Samir, and this kind of stuff you can access through this one and like that, right? Anyway, so if you want to check your emails, so you have to go to this folder, so inbox. So in the left side, you can see a kind of a navigation panel, right? So here you can find a inbox, right? A folder called inbox. So all the emails coming into your email account or your email address, it will go to this folder inbox, right? So you can check your emails through this one. And right. And emails that that are available inside the inbox folder. But if you want to see if you want to see the whole message, so you have to click on appropriate email, right? Email message, right? So I'll click on this one. So it will open up this that content, the email, right? So in this email, it has some information about greeting message and options and so on. So likewise, you can see the content available inside that mail, right? That message, right? And then we can see another folder called start, right? Then snoozed, send, draft, and more, right? So so I need to refresh this link. All right. Yeah, they so this is my newly created one. So they suggest me to do these things, right? Get started with Gmail, customize your inbox, change your profile image, import contacts and emails, and get the mobile connectivity and so on, right? So I think you might not see in this kind of one if you are old user, right? And they have sent me some kind of promotions. Most probably they are advertisement, right? So I don't want to see those things. And then we have a social account. So those are the advertisement, right? So I don't want to open these things. So I can remove these things. Simply you can delete these messages by clicking on this trash bin, right? So you can do that. So after you delete anything, so they will go into the trash bin, but these folders, social and promotional, those advertisement, so they will directly remove from your account. So, but if you delete this one, I mean, something already available in the inbox, it will go uh, first to the trash bin, right? So that means it will not permanently deleted from your account. It will first move to the trash bin. After that, you can remove that email from this point onwards. I mean, you can remove that one permanently from the trash bin. Okay, so there are several functions. I mean, several options on. I mean, for a particular email. For that, you can right click on the email message. So here you can see several options. Yeah, reply to all, forward as attachment, move to inbox. So that means I have already deleted this one. I mean, I already did this one from the inbox. So, and I can move this one again. I mean, I can restore this one into the inbox, right? So now it's in the inbox folder, right? So simply trash bin is a kind of another folder. So you can simply move, you can shift your data or things into that folder, but it will not erase everything from your account, and it will not release the memory that already taken for this account. I mean, these emails, right? So if you have experiencing kind of low memory problem or out of memory issue, so you have to delete all the things from the trash bin, right? Anyway, so yeah, I have another option, several features. So if you want to mark this as unread one, so you can click on that one, action failed due to an error, I think something. Uh, I think I just created this. So still, they don't have identified. Yeah, one thing is I can log out and come back to this. Anyway, so I'll show you a few things, right? Because we are running out of time. Mm, okay, so through this path, you can see the incoming messages. And if you want to see the sent messages, you have to go to this point. I'm in the sent folder. So currently I don't have a message. So I will create a one. So to create a new email, so you have to go to this icon, compose icon, right? So you can click on that one. So after that, you will see this kind of, it will pop up with this window, right? This window. Here we have several options, to, subject, and blank space. So these options have their I mean the meanings. So the first one is to, that means you have to give the name of or the email address of the recipient, right? I mean, so I want to send an email to someone in the group. So please send me your email address through the chat. Only one, right? Ha ha ha. Thank you, thank you. Who is this? You should have read this. Thank you. This is this is not my real birthday, right? I just created for just use that for my create account, right? Anyway, yeah, you're nice guys, right? Anyway, send me one of your email address. Hello, I didn't get anyone from response from anyone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just right. So I think Dinusha. Anyway. So I can type recipient address here. Then here we have a subject. That means you have to give a name or a meaningful title for your email. It's a must because without having a subject, it's very difficult to read and it's not a good thing. If you want to send an email, so just type a subject line, right? Okay, so since this is my first email, so my subject is uh, first email. Another thing, don't type, don't type too many details in the subject line, and don't type whole message in the subject line, right? Keep it that in mind, right? So subject line means
Recording in progress.
right. So this is my message. Hello, Dinusha. Hope you are doing well. And I just created a Gmail account. Thank you. Submit. That's it, right? So right, I'll copy my friend's address here, right? And I can send this one by clicking on this icon, right? Once I click on that, it will send. So here you can see a message called message send, view message, right? So after you sent it, you can you can undo that one. So that means you can't get that one back, right? So, but the Google provides a feature called send later, and you can set the undo period, right? So if you want to send a message after clicking on that send icon after let's say 2 minutes, so it will keep the message in the outbox. Keep the message in for 2 minutes before send it to the recipient. So this, right? So I already sent a mail to Dinusha, right? So in my sent box now I can see the message, right? So here I just wanted to say another thing. So right, when we send an email, very important. So we have to follow email etiquettes, right? So that means when we write an email, so we have to follow some of the things because most of the time we using emails for official use. The official purposes, right? So and also this is a kind of a written document now. So nowadays we don't need to send mails or written letters to request something or to execute some job or process, right? So these days, most of the officials works on emails, and they will do the actions or take the actions once we request those actions through the emails. So that means these are very official. So they will consider emails as official requests. So that we have to deal with the emails very carefully, and we need to follow email etiquettes, right? So I'll come back to my presentation. There it is. Right. Right, here we have, right? Yeah, basic. I already described these things. Right. We have to talk about the attachment and these options, CC/BCC options and signature. Right. I will describe, or I'll discuss those things after this one. So email etiquette, right? So first one is use a clear and concise object line in the accurately reflect the content of your email. So I already told you about that one. A very important this one, because a subject line. So you have to give a meaningful and short subject for your email, right? Second one being your email with a polite greeting, right? Such as dear. You can use the recipient name. So I used Dinusha. So I use hello Dinusha. So it's normal. So you can use a dear or hello or hi or something like that. It's if you are dealing with the kind of official person, so you can use a dear, sir. I don't want to. I mean, you don't want to say sir or something like that. But dear is quite enough. But especially if you are writing to a professor, so you can use a professor or doctor, those kind of titles. You can use those kind of titles. And if not, so you can simply, so almost all emails you can use a dear greeting line or hello hi. So I mostly prefer to use hello hi and other than the dear, because it's more friendly, and yeah, I like to use that one. And I mostly use hello after that. I mean, name after the hello, right? So then keep your email concise and to the point. I mean, you don't want to. I mean, you should not include more detail. I mean, huge amount of data or the things inside the email. Don't do that, because email should be to the point and should clear, right? So it is very important one. So avoiding rambling and including unnecessary details, right? And then use proper grammar and spelling, right? And avoiding using all caps, right? Then punctuations which are come across as the aggressive and unprofessional, right? So I already told you, we can't send our feelings with the email, right? So when you write something, so I mean, it should be polite and clear, and it should not hurt anyone else, right? So keep think about that, and try to check the grammar and spelling. I mean, just try to proofread before sending an email, right? So I know most of the, I mean, the Sri Lankans can't write English well. So it's not a matter, right? Because we all are, our mother language, mother tongue is Sinhala, right? It doesn't matter. So, but if you are writing a mail with, I mean, in English, so just try to use kind of a translate, right? You can simply use Google Translator, or else So nowadays, very, very popular kind of a AI tool called ChatGPT. So you can simply use that one, right? So I normally prefer, I mean, before sending a mail, even to you, I read my written mail several times before sending it, right? Because I want to uh, check whether it's hurt you or whether it uh, uh, I mean the information encoding in that mail will guide you a wrong direction or something like that. I want to check that one before sending that the mail. So you have to do that one. So let's say you have an someone else use we there are several things, because one thing is in a written document we can't say the feelings, and another thing is this is a written document, right? So they can use this document I mean anytime, right, against you. So keep that in mind. So this is not a good communication medium to deal with that kind of things, right? So this is a so normally we use this as like for a kind of a professional things. So email is written professional a kind of a request or sharing information, medium of sharing information, right? So anyway, so third, next one is be mindful of your tone and avoid using language that could be interpreted as rude or confidential, right? So I already described these things, and the professional email signature that includes your name, job title, and the contact information. That is also very, very important. So I normally I don't know I normally use my name of in the signature line, but for official emails or if I'm sharing some information with government officials or university officials, something some person like that, so I normally use my designation and my second email address, that they can contact me if I'm not available through this channel. So I use my second email address, phone number, and everything, right? So normally professional signature should include those things, right? So it is better to have those kind of information in the signature line. So if you can create a signature line for you, so you can do, I mean it's a good thing. And use a professional email address that includes your name and this one, blah blah blah, and use a clear and readable font and format to your email. Yeah, this is also very important, because sometimes some persons can't read small fonts and kind of a fancy fonts, right? So the fonts and everything, they I mean sometimes those kind of graphics makes they angry, right? So be careful about that too, right? About the color and the font style, and review and proofread your email before sending it, and ensure that the error free and conveys your intended message. And also good email ethics is responding to responding promptly to receiving emails. It's also a good thing, right? So those are very important things with regard to the, regarding the emails, right? Right. So in my message, I used this one. This is my heading, right? Okay, I got another mail from Dinusha, right? Thank you, Dinusha. And yeah, very thanks. Right. So so my this is my subject line, and I use these things. So this is my greeting line. So when you write an email, try to write a proper greeting line, right? So it's I mean, yeah, it's a good thing to have. I mean, to see a greeting line first, and then a message very sharp and clearly. Then after that, you can use your signature line, right? So right, okay, I'll show a few more tips. So now time is 5:52. So I'll stop 6, right? And so I have to cover more things. I'll, okay, let's see. Right. So if you right, so this line, so two means here we can give a single recipient or multiple recipient that I want to send this message, right? So let's say I'll send Dinesh again, right? So this time, so once I use a kind of a contact, so it will save automatically for us. I mean, Google will save automatically for us. So I can use it again. Once I type first letters of that email address, it will suggest the available contacts. So here we have Dinusha, and I will send another one to my official email. Right. So, right. So this is my one. So likewise, I can add many recipient to this to list. So after I send this email, so each and every recipient can see who can, I mean, who got this message and who can access this message, right? So and this CC option means this is the meaning of this one is carbon copy address, right? So let's say I want to send a message to Dinusha and myself, right? To myself and okay, let's say this is another person, right? So I want to say Dinusha and Viraj message, and I want to CC or I want to carbon copy that message to another person, right? So let's say abc@gmail.com, right? So I want to send this message to these two persons, and I want to, I mean, I want to let know this abc at gmail.com about this message too, right? So CC means carbon copy. So each and every person, I mean, in the recipient list can see who else can access this email and who are the persons which are available, already available, or the CC or carbon copy, right? So this feature, that is the meaning of this CC address, right? So simply, let's say you want to send a request to the lecturer. So let's say you want to send a request to me, right? So then you can add my email address here, and then you want to inform Dr. Hiran regarding this message. So then you can add, you can CC Dr. Hiran here, right? After that, so after you send this message, so I will receive your message, and also at the same time, Dr. Hiran will receive the same copy, right? So that is the meaning of CC. And here we have another option, BCC, right? So so BCC means carbon copy with your we can't see the uh, persons who have the, who have at the CC, who else can see the this message, right? Blank carbon copy, I think, right? Blind carbon copy, right? So BCC, right? So that means you can add here another person, let's say xyz@gmail.com, right? So now Dinusha and Viraj can see ABC have already know about this email, but we both don't know about XYZ. But when I send this email, Dinusha will receive that one, Viraj will receive, ABC will receive, and XYZ also will receive, right? So no one knows about the Dinusha, me or ABC don't know about this one, XYZ, right? So blind carbon copy means, so you can send a copy to that person, but others don't know about that one. Others can't see their, blind carbon copied person's email address, right? So that is the meaning of BCC. So if you want to send some emails to another person, but you don't want to say that person is knowing about that email to others, the other email list. So you can simply BCC that hide person, right? Let's say it's a hide person, right? So you can do that, right? So normally we use this option. Let's say I want to send a group email to you all, right? So then I have a list of your email address, and I add all these things to BCC because I don't want to share your email with the others, right? So simply I can use that one. I can do that one with the BCC option, right? That is the meaning of these two CC and BCC, blind carbon copy and two, right? This is quite straightforward, right? And this is, these two are have similar meaning, but different levels. Two means same level, and CC means another level. There is another person in the same track, in the same level with a different path, right? But BCC is in a separate path, and you can't see that one. It's a hide one, right? So that is the meaning of it. These things. And at the bottom of the line, so you can see here we have format options. That means formatting options. Sorry, that means you can use font sizes, font faces, italic, list options, and indent, those kind of stuff. So we will discuss this, the meaning of these things in the word processing application. More about word processing application, right? Anyway, so you can use here, let's say, so I'll put some chunk data here, information. So you can change the font faces, font sizes, and bold, italic, whatever you want from this formatting option. Then next we have a kind of a file clip. So that means attach file. So if you want to attach something to this email, so you can do that through this icon. So once you click on that icon, it will open up a kind of file picker window. So through this one, you can pick whatever you want, and you can attach that with this email. Then we have a link option. This is for kind of hyperlink, right? So simply, if you want to add a URL or something like that with this text, so simply you can select the text and then click this link icon. Then you have this box. So here you can give the whatever you want. The URL and everything that you want to send, like a link, as a link, right? And also you can give an email address if you want, right? Right, that option is here. Then emojis, so you can send some emojis, right? Just like that. And then we have a drive option. So that means if you want to add some features or something, some function, some files or something like that from your Google Drive. So you can simply add those things from here. Then we have insert photo and confidential mode. The confidential mode is a kind of a new one. So through this one, so you can give a kind of a limit to keep that message in the recipient inbox. After that time period, it will automatically disappear. I mean, it will automatically erase, right? So you can do that one. And also you can share kind of password, right? So you can protect this email, and then you can send a password to that recipient through a SMS or any other method, right? So it is also possible. And then we have a signature line. So if you want to add the signature to your email, so you can add it through this path. But the problem is now I don't have a signature line. To use a signature line, you have to make a signature first. I mean, you have to make a signature separately. So I can click the manage signature. I mean the manage signature option. So after that, it will direct you to where the place that we can insert a new signature line, right? See here we have so you can see the signature option. So here you can create a new signature. You can give a signature name. So I'll set general signature. So after that, here we have a blank space or text area. So you can make your signature. So I'll create my one. And my phone number. So yeah. All right. So after that, you have to save this settings, right? Save changes. Otherwise, you will not get this update. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, so I'll close this one and go to draft and open this one. Yeah. Now we have a general signature here, right? So after I click on that signature, so it will automatically put it after the message, right? So likewise, you can make your signature. So when you create a signature, please add your, I mean, your name and your designation, company, your official address and phone number, whatever you want. But it is good to have your name and designation and company, right? Since this is a kind of official thing, so it is good to have those kind of thing. If you are not a kind of if you are not following a profession, and let's say you are a student, then you can type your name and mobile number or any other email that could contact you, right? So anyway, so those kind of things you can add to the uh, uh, signature line, right? Anyway, so we have to talk more things about the emails and the other applications. So we will continue the rest of the things in the next week. So time is 6:05, right? So I'll stop these things from this point, and we will continue the rest of the things next week. And in the next week, I'll try to move the next part too. I mean the second lesson two, two. I mean. So that is the history and not the Windows. It's about word processing application, right? So I'll provide you a kind of a videos about the Windows application, Windows operating system, and documents, kind of a slides or presentation for history, right? So you can go through those things, and you will not get any assignment for this week, and also from the history and the Windows, right? So you will not get, I mean you will not get any assignment in these areas, but you will ask some questions. I mean you will be asked some questions in the final exam, and I mean from those areas. So you have to look at those things. I mean you have to go through the document and the video tutorial videos, and learn about the things available inside those content. Okay, do you have any question regarding, I mean up to this point? No one is answering. Hello. No sir, no sir. Don't use this one, right? Just use chat for answer kind of questions. All clear. Yeah, yeah. It's too simple, I know, right? Anyway, so I like to hear your voice, right? Okay. Then. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, yeah. These are very simple, right? Right. Good. Then we can. So I can wrap up the session, and okay, and I will upload the recordings to the YouTube, and I will provide the YouTube link to the LMS. So the LMS, right? You can access if you want. You can go through, or you can watch the everything that I have discussed in the class. And yeah, and if you have any questions regarding the lessons or regarding the class, this course, right? So you can send me an email, right? So my email address is mpsviraj@phys.cmb.ac.in. This one, right? Okay. All right. All right. So then we can wrap up the session. And thank you for coming to the lectures. And yeah, have a great week.